There is a sacred moment just after you open your eyes before the weight of the world reattaches itself to your shoulders. That moment is pure power. That moment is yours. It belongs not to the outside world, not to your past, not to your fears. It belongs only to you. And the words you choose to speak in that moment become the blueprint of your day and the design of your destiny. You see, most people wake up and immediately surrender to circumstance. They check their phone, scroll through problems, re-enter the old story, and unknowingly they reactivate yesterday's limitations. But you are being called to something higher. Your morning words are not just signs, they are spiritual commands sent directly into the subconscious, which then sets in motion the entire machinery of reality. Just as God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, you too must speak into existence the reality you wish to live. Your word is power. Your word is law. The ancients knew it. The mystics practiced it. And Neville Goddard reminded us of it. Your imagination and your spoken word are divine tools, and when used deliberately in the morning, they become unstoppable. Imagine this. The first thing you say, with awareness, with feeling, becomes your vibration for the day. If you say, "I am tired, I am broke, I am not ready," then you are casting a spell over yourself. But if you rise and declare, "I am one with the infinite supply. Money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly," you become aligned with the source, with the flow, with the kingdom of heaven within. So I ask you, what are you telling the universe each morning? What are you telling your subconscious, which listens like a faithful servant? From this day forward, you will no longer wake up and re-enter the story of struggle. No, you will consciously choose to speak a new reality. You will speak the words of a mystic, of a creator, of a God being clothed in human form. And when you do, the very fabric of reality will begin to bend in your favor. This is not fantasy, it is law. And the law responds to you in the way you speak of yourself. So tomorrow morning, before anything else, before the world gets a chance to define you, define yourself. Say it, own it, and let your words lead you into the abundant life that has always been waiting for you. They told you to look outside for your answers, to wait for the economy to shift, to hope someone gives you a chance. But let me tell you a divine truth that Neville Goddard taught again and again. You are the operant power. That means nothing happens in your world unless you cause it to happen, through your imagination, your assumptions, your consciousness. You are not at the mercy of fate, luck, or external forces. The power that created galaxies, that spins the earth without your effort, that causes flowers to bloom and stars to shine, that same power is within you, and you direct it. Every single day, people unknowingly manifest more struggle by reacting to appearances, by believing in limitation, by thinking they are separate from the source. But you are awakening. You are remembering who you truly are. The moment you wake up, your mind is in a delicate state. The conscious mind hasn't yet fully taken over, and the subconscious mind, the creative power of your being, is wide open. This is the golden doorway. And through that doorway, you must walk in, not with fear, but with authority. You must rise and say, "I am wealth. I am abundance. I am aligned with the infinite supply." Because when you say "I am," you are not just making a statement, you are invoking the name of God within you. You are commanding the substance of life to mold itself into your assumption. The world may say you have no money. The facts may say you're behind on your bills. But you must not bow to facts, Neville said. Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part relative to its fulfillment. You must walk by faith, not by sight. You are not here to chase money. You are here to become the state in which money flows to you. The assumption that you're already wealthy, already provided for, already limitless, that assumption is your divine right and created duty. Repeat that affirmation in the morning, because it's not about the words themselves, It's about who you become when you speak them. You are not begging for money. You are not wishing. You are assuming the posture of the Creator, standing in your power, declaring what is. And let me tell you something profound. The universe doesn't question you, it mirrors you. It reflects what you believe about yourself. So if you believe you are the operant power, if you accept that your word is law, then reality has no choice but to rearrange itself according to your command. So wake up. And do not wait for a sign. Be the sign. Say the words with feeling. Embody the state. Because you are not a victim. You are not a passive observer. You are the operant power. And money will flow when you finally act like it. There is a sacred sentence, a divine key, that, when spoken each morning with faith and feeling, begins to reshape your reality from the inside out. It is not just a phrase. It is a spiritual instrument, concluded with power. And it goes like this. I am one with infinite supply. Money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly. Pause for a moment and let those words echo inside you. Let them become more than sound. Let them become truth. This is not just positive thinking. This is a spiritual law in action. Your words are not weak. Your words are not wasted. Your words are creative forces. And when they are aligned with truth, they unlock the flow of abundance through every channel of your life. Let's break it down. I am one with infinite supply. You are not separate from wealth. You are not cut off from abundance. You are one with the divine source of all creation. The God within you is not poor. The infinite intelligence that gave birth to stars and universes is not in lack. And you are made in that same image. You are connected to an invisible stream of provision that never runs dry. Money flows to me freely, not through force, not through struggle, but freely. When you assume the state of wealth, when you live from the end, you begin to relax into the flow of receiving. Opportunities appear, people show up, ideas awaken within you, all because you're no longer pushing, you're allowing, you're magnetizing. Be abundantly and effortlessly. The source doesn't deliver in crumbs. The divine doesn't do just enough. It pours out blessings so great that there is no room to receive them. But this only happens when you match that frequency. And that frequency is assumed every morning with this sentence. You see, your subconscious doesn't argue, it doesn't reason, it accepts what you repeatedly impress upon it as fact. So, when you speak this sentence every morning, before the world has a chance to interrupt, you're sowing seeds of divine truth into the soil of your being. Neville Goddard taught that words clothed in feeling are the most potent form of creation. So don't whisper this sentence without emotion. Don't say it like a robot. Speak it as if it's already done. Speak it as the one who already has what they desire. Say it in the mirror. Say it while making your tea. Say it with your eyes closed and your heart open. Every time you speak it, you are building a new inner identity, and your outer world must reflect that change. Let this morning's sentence be your declaration of wealth. Not someday, now. Not if things change, but because you've changed. So tomorrow morning, don't just wake up. Rise in your power. Declare your abundance and speak the sentence that unlocks the gates of wealth. I am one with infinite supply. Money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly. Say it, believe it, and watch what happens next. There's a sacred truth that few understand, yet it's the secret behind every real transformation, every lasting miracle, and every flow of wealth into someone's life. That truth is simple. You must live from the end. You must assume the feeling of your desire before it shows up. You don't wait for the money to arrive before you feel wealthy. You feel wealthy now. You don't wait for your bank account to grow before you feel free. You feel the freedom now. And it's that feeling, fully embraced and lived in, that shifts the reality around you. Think of life like a mirror. You don't stand in front of a mirror frowning and wait for it to smile first. The reflection only changes when you do. The outer world only rearranges itself once you've rearranged your inner world. So each morning when you speak your affirmation, when you say, money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly, you must do more than just say it. You must feel it. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Imagine your life as if it were already overflowing with abundance. Picture yourself waking up in the home you desire. Feel the weight of financial stress lifted from your shoulders. Hear the laughter of joy. See yourself giving freely, receiving effortlessly, and living fully. Don't just wish it. Be it. Don't beg for it. Embody it. When you assume the feeling of wealth, you are stepping into alignment with the version of you that already exists, the you that already lives that life. Time and logic don't matter here. This is about energy, frequency, vibration. You must vibrate as the person who already has it, and the world must begin to match that energy. You see, waiting for the outer world to shift before you change how you feel is a trap. It keeps you stuck. Because the world only shows you who you believe you are. So you must lead. You must feel it now. You must act as if it's already yours. This is not about pretending. This is not about lying to yourself. This is about stepping into your highest truth. The truth that abundance is your natural state. The truth that there is no separation between you and the life you desire. Only the illusion of it. So when you wake up, speak your words, yes, but even more than that. Step into the feeling. Let your entire being agree with what your mouth is saying. Smile with it. Walk with it. Dress with it. Move through your day as if everything is unfolding perfectly, because on a spiritual level, it already is. And the moment you stop reaching for your desire and start living from your desire, everything begins to shift. People, circumstances, money, opportunities, all begin to align with the new frequency you've claimed. So live from the end, not toward it. Let the morning be your time to step into the version of yourself who already has it all. Because that version is not far away. That version is already within you, waiting for you to claim it. There is a silent killer that robs people of their manifestations before they even begin. It creeps in quietly, right after you affirm your desire. It whispers, what if it doesn't work? That killer is dirt. You can say all the right words, you can repeat your affirmations every morning, but if those words are wrapped in fear, hesitation, or uncertainty, they become empty echoes, sounds without power. Because words don't create on their own. Words spoken with conviction. Words charged with unwavering belief. Those are the ones that move mountains. So when you rise each morning and speak your sacred sentence, you must speak it as law. Speak it as if the universe is listening and responding. Speak it as if your reality is already shifting to match your declaration. Because it is. You don't need to beg. You don't need to plead. You need to know. That knowing is called faith. Not hope, not wishing, but absolute inner certainty that what you say is already done. Now let me tell you something powerful. Doubt is not your truth. It's just an echo of old conditioning. Programs that told you abundance was hard, that money was limited, that you had to struggle. But those beliefs are not you. They are not permanent. And the moment you refuse to entertain them is the moment your energy starts to shift. Every time you affirm, money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly, say it like it's the only truth that matters. Say it like you're the author of your world. Because you are. Even if your current circumstances look the opposite, say it anyway. Even if your bank account disagrees, say it louder. Not to force reality, but to align your state, to correct the vibration, to raise your frequency to match the reality you want. You don't need proof before you believe. That's not how true power works. Belief is the cause. Results are the effect. And faith is what bridges the gap between the two. So let the mornings be your sanctuary, a sacred time where you speak not from fear, but from fullness, not from need, but from knowing. Let every declaration be a spiritual command, backed by deep belief. Let it ring through your body, your soul, your energy field. Say it again and again until it becomes your nature, until it no longer feels like a practice, but simply who you are. And here's the beautiful part. When you declare your truth with faith, without needing external validation, the outer world has no choice but to shift. The right people show up. The right doors open. The flow begins. So stop doubting. You're not here to wish. You're here to create. And your faith is the fuel. Declare it every morning like your entire life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. I'm one with infinite supply. Money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly. Say it, believe it, feel it, and watch the world rise to meet your truth. I've been taught to believe that money comes from hard work, from effort, from grinding day and night. You've been conditioned to see it as something outside of you, something held by others, given by others, controlled by systems you cannot touch. But here is a truth that will change everything. Money is not the source, it is the effect. The real source is within you. It is invisible, it is intelligent, it is creative, it is infinite. And it responds to you. This invisible power is not bound by economy, by job titles, or by logic. It's not interested in your past. It doesn't care about your background or your circumstances. It is always flowing, always available, always present. But it only flows where it is recognized. It only moves freely where it is welcomed. Each morning, when you rise and declare your truth, when you say, money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly, you are not just talking to thin air. You are speaking directly to the source, not a source outside of you, but the source you are already connected to. You don't need to chase. You don't need to struggle. You need to align. Alignment means getting in harmony with the truth that you are already one with infinite supply. It means dropping the illusion of lack and stepping into the frequency of abundance. It means no longer asking, where will it come from? And instead saying, it is already here. Because the moment you identify with the source rather than the symptom, you shift your entire reality. Think of it like electricity. The power is always flowing. But if your switch is off, you won't see the light. It doesn't mean the power disappeared. It means you weren't aligned to receive it. So, turn the switch on. Every morning, when you speak those sacred words, you're flipping the switch. You're opening the gate. You're tuning yourself to the channel of wealth, creativity, and limitless flow. The source doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to clarity, confidence, knowing. You must speak from a place of wholeness, not lack. From power, not panic. You don't need to know how the money will come. That's not your job. Your job is to remain aligned, to stay in the energy of trust, of receiving, of expectation. The universe has countless ways to bring it to you, but it needs your permission. And that permission is given through your alignment. Say it in the morning. Say it with your hands open. Say it like it's already done. I am one with infinite supply. Money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly. This is not a wish. It's a recognition. It's not a dream. It's a declaration. The source is ready. The question is, are you? The moment you begin declaring your abundance every morning, something begins to shift. Not always in the way you expect, but in ways that are deeply intelligent and aligned with the new energy you are choosing. When you speak your morning affirmation, money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly, you are not casting a wish into the wind. You are sending a spiritual signal out into the field of life, and life listens. But here's the part most people miss. Yes, signs will come. Yes, things will begin to change. But your job is not to chase the signs. Your job is to stay in the state. You may suddenly receive an idea that feels electric. You may hear from someone, you hadn't spoken to in years. You might find an opportunity you would have missed if you weren't tuned in. These are signs. These are the ripples of your new vibration reaching out into the world and pulling back, matching reality. But if you jump out of your inner state the moment something happens or doesn't happen, you break the flow, you disrupt the unfolding. Too many people get caught in the trap of looking around and asking, where is it? The moment you do that, you are slipping back into lack. You're judging the process by appearance instead of trusting the invisible alignment already in motion. Understand this deeply. Manifestation is not always instant, but the shift in your being is. And that shift is everything. You must remain loyal to your inner world, even when the outer hasn't caught up yet. That's what it means to live in the state. That's what it means to be truly magnetic. When you stay in the feeling of abundance, you stop needing evidence, you stop searching for signs, and ironically, that's when signs appear more rapidly, because you are no longer resisting the flow with your impatience. Though yes, watch for the signs, celebrate them, but don't cling to them. Don't make your faith dependent on what you see. Make your faith a permanent residence within you. Hold the energy, live as if it's already done. Let the signs come and let them pass. They are not the goal, they are confirmation. But your real power is in your ability to remain in that elevated state regardless of what's happening around you. To speak your truth every morning and carry that energy throughout the day, not because something outside of you proved it, but because something inside of you knew it. You don't manifest from need, you manifest from knowing. You don't create by checking and waiting, you create by being. So when you declare your truth tomorrow morning, do it with this deep trust. I already have what I've asked for. It is already mine. Life is catching up to my decision. And then walk through the day like someone who's already received. Because the world isn't waiting for proof. It's waiting for you to stay in the state long enough for it to deliver. Transformation doesn't come from doing something once. It comes from consistency, energy, and devotion. And if there's one thing that can unlock the flow of unlimited abundance into your life, it's this: turning your morning affirmation into a sacred daily ritual. This isn't just about words anymore. It's about creating a space in your life where you meet your highest self every single day. A space where you remember the truth that you are not here to survive but to thrive. That you are not here to struggle but to receive. That you are not small, not powerless, not separate, but one with infinite supply. When you wake up, before the noise of the world creeps in, you are in the most open, receptive state of mind. Your subconscious is still absorbing, still listening, still shaping the reality that is unfolding ahead of you. That's why what you do in those first few moments matters more than anything else. So don't rush into distraction. Don't check your phone. Don't scroll through yesterday's chaos. Instead, be still. Breathe, and speak the truth of your new life into existence. Make it intentional, make it beautiful, make it sacred. Light a candle. Place your hand on your heart. Look in the mirror if you can, and declare, I am one with infinite supply. Money flows to me freely, abundantly, and effortlessly. Say it slowly, say it with presence. Let each word ripple through your body. Let it anchor into your soul. This is your moment of power. Not just to hope, but to command. Not just to affirm, but to align. And do it every day. Because when something becomes a ritual, it becomes part of your identity. It's no longer something you're doing. It's something you're becoming. You begin to feel it not just in your thoughts, but in your energy, in your decisions, in your posture, in the way life begins to mirror your new inner standard. And this ritual isn't about controlling the world outside. It's about mastering the world within. The moment you do that, the outside begins to respond in kind. Money flows to those who are ready to receive it. And you show your readiness not through force, but through faith, through repetition, through reverence. So tomorrow morning, let the ritual begin. Let it be your anchor. Let it be your realignment. Let it be your moment of remembrance that you are powerful, worthy, and already connected to everything you desire. And keep doing it, no matter what. Because the results you seek are not created in a day. They are created by what you do every day. And with every morning you rise and affirm, you are building a new world from the inside out. That is your true wealth.